Today we'll be ranking every single AFC quarterback 16 through 1. We've done ranking every single NFC quarterback, now it's time to do AFC, and with each quarterback ranked, there will be a catchphrase that pairs with that quarterback ranking. At number 16, we have Anthony Richardson. The catchphrase is, if you lose the starting job to Daniel Jones, you deserve to be here. Anthony Richardson, former top pick in the NFL draft, with all the potential, arm strength, athleticism in the world, but just not a good quarterback. I've heard rumors that Daniel Jones is playing better than Anthony Richardson in training camp, and if that's true, then yeah, you just deserve to be the worst quarterback in the AFC. Kind of feel bad because AR-15 was gonna be the guy. He was gonna be the guy for Indy. Such an exciting prospect. That one 70-yard touchdown throw was incredible, and I just really feel for Indy fans for what could have been. Number 15, we have Cam Ward, and the catchphrase is, can't blame me for what's to come. I don't think he'll be terrible, but I don't think there's really anything that he can do to prop his team up. Even though he's the number one pick in the draft, he's just not gonna make as much of an impact as a number one pick of a stronger QB draft. At number 14, we have Joe Flacco, and his catchphrase is low-key has aura. Joe Flacco was the guy that came out with the Cleveland Browns a few years ago and led them on that exciting regular season ending and playoff run. And while I don't think he's that great of a quarterback, and in fact I know he's not, he just low-key has some aura. He can step in at the starting job if the starting quarterback gets hurt, and he can definitely fill in. He can play his role. He can sling that thing around the yard. But even if he does play well for the Cleveland Browns, it won't last very long, and I kind of think he'll get benched halfway through the season for Shedeur Sanders. Number 13, we have Aaron Rodgers, and for him I have start your application to your nearest nursing home. Aaron Rodgers really should have just retired at least 2-3 seasons ago. The man looks dry and crispy out there. I feel like at any point during the game, all three of his ankles could break, and honestly I just think it's time for him to hang it up, and I don't think it's very smart for Mike Tomlin to put any faith in a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, 41, 42. You're not Tom Brady, little bro. Next up at number 12, we have Justin Fields. You are better than Russ, but that's not saying much. Justin Fields was better than Russ in Pittsburgh, but as the catchphrase goes, that's not saying much. Solid runner. He can make a couple passes here and there, but when your quarterback can only make a couple passes here and there, that's definitely a problem. And he'll have a lot of good weapons in New York with Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep the mid at bay. And speaking of mid, we have Tua Tagovailoa at number 11 with the catchphrase definition of mid. He's the new Dalton scale, the thing that they had back then when Andy Dalton was a starter, where basically if your quarterback is any better than Andy Dalton, he's a franchise QB, and if he's any worse, then he's a backup quarterback. And let's not even get started on his mental health and his concussion history. It's really a sad sight to see that he's actually still in the league. I never thought I'd say that about an NFL player, but it's sad to see that he's still in the NFL playing. At number 10, we have Trevor Lawrence, and for him I have last chance. And I really think that this is the last chance for Trevor Lawrence. You have Brian Thomas Jr., you have Travis Hunter. If you can't make do with two really good receivers, I think the Jaguars are going to start looking for another quarterback in the upcoming draft. This is your last chance, Trevor. I do think you have the potential to be a good quarterback. You just need to put it together, man. You just need to put this season together. At number 9, we have Drake May, and for him I have Diggs is the key. I think Drake May is a quarterback with top 10 potential just waiting to be unlocked. Now, I don't know for sure that Stephon Diggs is the key. For all I know, he could go out there and be the second wide receiver option. I think Drake May has a lot of potential. We saw flashes of him playing great with the Patriots on a really bad offense. And if he has a few better weapons, I think we can see Drake May take a big step into one of the top quarterbacks in the AFC. Next up at number 8, we have Geno Smith. Good old Geno, underrated with dynamic potential. I think he does throw a lot of picks. I think he does make a lot of mistakes. But with the Seattle Seahawks, he did not have a very good offensive line at all. I think he'll have some great weapons over there in Oakland with Jacoby Myers, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. I think he'll have a good season this year. I don't think he'll be magnificent, but I think he'll be pretty good. At number 7, we have Bo Nix, and maturity matters. I was really skeptical of Bo Nix going into the season because he looks like he's a 40-year-old dad with 3 kids and a mortgage, but somehow the maturity level, the age, translated into a better game. Bo Nix didn't showcase the classic tropes of a rookie quarterback. At number 6, we have Justin Herbert, and for him, unfortunately, I have AFC Dak. play really good in the regular season, put up MVP level stats, and then just choke in the playoffs. I don't understand how people can see that he played really good through the whole season. He didn't throw any picks with the same receiving core that he proceeded to throw like 3 picks with in the playoffs. Same receiving core, same offensive line, and yet they blame it on the receivers when Justin Herbert's the one who played really good all season and then choked in the playoffs. I was really tempted to have Justin Herbert actually a little lower than Bo Nix and Geno, but I was looking at his stats and he does play incredibly in the regular season, so I have to put him here. But if this upcoming season he plays good again, or at least decent in the regular season, and chokes in the playoffs yet again, if he makes the playoffs, then yeah, this guy's dropping in the rankings. There's no way. At number 5, we have CJ Stroud, the forgotten soldier. I really think that CJ Stroud's stock has taken a huge hit recently. Everyone was calling him a top 5, top 6, top 7 quarterback after his rookie season, and now a lot of people don't even have him in their top 10 when he played with a less than stellar offensive cast around him. And yet CJ Stroud still put up respectable numbers. He made it to the playoffs. He beat Justin Herbert, and if it wasn't for a few flags in the Chiefs game, which we all know was horseradish, CJ Stroud easily could have gone on to the next round in the AFC playoffs. Next up, we have number 4, Joe Burrow. The biggest enemy is your own team. You're part of a terrible organization that can't get their funds together. No one wants to play for you guys. Defense stinks, and yet you still have really 2 good receivers that should be enough for you guys to win some games this year. I keep wanting to call Joe Burrow the best quarterback in the NFL because of how insane his numbers are, but I think it'd be disrespectful to the 3 guys ahead of him. At number 3, we have Lamar Jackson, and the only thing I can say for him is Tyrese Halliburton. You choke, man. You're a great quarterback. You're elite, but you choke, brother. If your playoff success was swapped with Josh Allen, then I would definitely say that you're the best quarterback in the league, but you choke, my friend. You choke far too often. At number 2, we have Josh Allen, and I think he's the most beloved NFL QB in the league. Mahomes is obviously hated. I don't think there's any NFC quarterback that's super beloved. Josh Allen is like the universal, everyone outside of like the Patriots, Dolphins, and Jets, they love Josh Allen. Just like everyone loves him. He finally won his MVP, and hopefully this year is the year he gets over the hump, he slays Satan, and he gets to the Super Bowl. But of course, we're talking about number 1, Mahomes. Dread it, run from it, Kermit arrives all the same. The Eagles could have beaten the Chiefs by 100-0, and I still wouldn't take Mahomes out of the number 1 spot. He's like a zombie in a horror movie where you think you kill it, but it keeps coming back to life because it's already dead. You can't kill it again. Sure, he might have a bad day where he doesn't play that great, as we saw in the Super Bowl, but I just know that the dark magic, the satanic rituals are going to start all over again. Poo-poo, pee-pee flags are going to be thrown from the waists of the refs. Mahomes is going to go back to sacrificing children to have another Super Bowl appearance. And while I'd love to have him way lower than this, I just can't. Because you don't just get Mahomes when you get Mahomes, you also get the entire officiating crew when you get Mahomes. That's why he's number 1. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel, Animal Football. We have way more videos coming out, especially with the season coming into a start. Super excited for the season to begin. Once again, subscribe, comment, like this video. Take it easy.